Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're jumping into a really dynamic story out of Florida, the explosive growth of Wellen Park and how it's reshaping the city of Northport. Wellen Park, for context, it's one of those huge master planned communities, designed from scratch, every little detail considered. Our mission today is to really unpack the sources, figure out how this place didn't just grow, but sort of transformed. What's driving it? What does it mean for Northport? We're going beyond the headlines here.
Exactly. And what's fascinating, I think, is how Wellen Park kind of defied the usual script. It wasn't just let's build houses.
Yeah.
It was about crafting this whole ecosystem. They really anticipated what people wanted, that integrated lifestyle, and, well, set a new benchmark. This deep dive, you'll see how it all connects luxury homes, yes, but also things like a century-old tree. It's all part of creating this vibrant place.
Okay, let's dive into that. So if we rewind maybe 6 years ago, the first vision for Wellen Park. Well, it was ambitious. Developers thought homes might sell for over 500,000, maybe up towards 1 million.
Right. But the reality,
Yeah.
it didn't just meet that, it blew past it. John Lucinski is the chairman of the West Villages Improvement District. He confirmed this to the Northport City Commission not long ago. It really shows how the market responded to what they were doing.
And there are some specifics that really stand out, like the Everly community. Near Minnesota Beach Road and West Villages Parkway, homes there have actually gone past $3 million.
$3 million, yeah.
That's quite a leap from expecting maybe 1 million tops.
It is. And that $3 million, it's really just the top end of the scale. Rick Severance from Mattamy Homes, he's the division president at Wellen Park, he pointed out they offer a whole range. Everything from, I think he said, attainably priced townhomes to custom residences. So Everly is that peak, but there's variety. His quote was something like, "We've created a place where people can find a home and lifestyle that fits many different life stages and price points."
And Severance also mentioned, I think it was in an email, that launching Everly was strategic. It was about deliberately bringing in those higher-end homes because the demand was there. People wanted that premium lifestyle homes on a big lake, 50 acres, I think, and what he called an unmatched amenity experience.
Right, exactly, meeting a specific market demand.
So clearly, Wellen Park is aiming for more than just being a subdivision, this idea of a true community experience. How do they actually build that?
Well, a huge part of it is downtown Wellen. You have to picture this walkable town center right by this big 80-acre lake. It's designed to be the hub, shops, restaurants, even apartments and condos mixed in. It's meant to be lively.
And isn't there a big tree involved? I remember reading about that.
Yes, right at the heart of it all, this amazing century-old grand oak tree. It gives the place real character. And around it, they've built things like Solis Hall for events and a great lawn for concerts, gatherings.
So it's really designed as a social anchor point.
Precisely. It goes back to that holistic approach. Severance stressed this again. The appeal isn't just the houses. It's the whole package. Good schools, healthcare, recreation, shops, dining, a whole calendar of events. And importantly, he said it's all woven together in a way that's walkable, intentional, and joy-filled. That intentionality seems key.
Okay, so they've built this place with a clear vision. What actually lit the fuse for it becoming one of the fastest growing communities in the whole country? It was already booming before the 2020 rebrand, right? And RCLCO ranked at #6 nationally recently.
Yeah, several big things really acted as catalysts. You've got the Atlanta Braves moving their spring training facility to Northport in 2019. That was a major score for the area's visibility.
That brings in a lot of seasonal traffic and attention.
Definitely. And then, just last June, they opened a huge Costco, like 157,000 square feet. That's a massive draw, pulling people from all over the region.
A destination in itself, really.
Yeah, exactly. And perhaps the biggest driver reflecting that community experience goal is downtown Wellen itself opening successfully. It made Wellen Park a place to go, not just a place to live.
So Severance basically put it down to two things: offering more types of homes and really delivering on that community vibe we talked about. That's what pushed prices up steadily.
That seems to be the formula. And looking forward, they're not stopping. There's significant infrastructure being built out now. A big one is the new Wellen Park High School. That's set to open in fall 2026, which is, a real game changer for families and the community's long-term appeal.
And right near the high school, there's more development planned, isn't there? Some kind of mixed-use thing.
A 146 townhome subdivision on about 34 acres. It's planned for that corner of Minnesota Beach Road and River Road near the school.
Okay, so maybe not the multi-million-dollar homes like Everly, but being right next to a brand new high school, that location's going to be pretty desirable, I'd imagine.
Absolutely. High demand seems likely. And it also brings up an interesting point about their development approach. Lusinski mentioned to the commission that Village K, that's the area with the school, was originally zoned for almost 1,900 homes.
Wow, nearly double.
Yeah, but they're actually targeting only 882 homes now. And he highlighted this trend. We're only building 46.6% of allowable density. So they're deliberately building less densely than they could. It seems prioritizing that sense of space and lifestyle over just maximizing the number of units has been a consistent theme there.
Interesting. And that same parcel, it also includes plans for commercial space along River Road and even land for a city. Well, right. So planning for support infrastructure too.
Correct. Making sure that services keep pace with the growth. And speaking of keeping pace, road improvements are a big focus too. South River Road is being widened, and they're putting in a roundabout at River Road and Minnesota Beach Road. Paving's happening now, apparently. And they expect construction on another section of South River Road between Tamiami Trail and Winchester to get started late 2026 or early 2027. So major road work ongoing.
Okay, let's pull back the lens a bit. All this growth in Wellen Park. What's the wider impact on Northport as a whole? I saw that Quicken Loans ranked Northport as the second fastest growing city in the U.S. just last year, in 2023.
That ranking definitely squares with the numbers. The city's population is pushing 95,000, according to their own website. World Population Review suggests it might even be closer to 98,000 now. That's an annual growth rate of about 4.8%, which is really quite significant.
And you can see this shift happening in the building permits, can't you? It tells a story. Single-family homes may be leveled off slightly this fiscal year compared to last. 1,733 permits through July versus about 2,070 total last year. But multifamily apartments, condos, that's really taken off. 35 complex permits this year versus 22 last year. And commercial permits are up too.
Exactly. It signals a diversification. It's not just single-family sprawl anymore. There's a move towards denser housing options and more businesses coming in.
And the financial impact on the city, it's kind of staggering.
It really is. New construction added $1.5 billion to the city's property values just this fiscal year.
Billion. With a B.
Billion. And that's on top of the $1.3 billion added the year before. That's a massive boost to the city's tax base and overall economic health.
So what does this all mean looking ahead? Elena Ray, the city's development services director, made a key point about this, right?
She did. She explained that the higher home prices and the higher household incomes that come with them make Northport much more attractive to developers, especially for retail, restaurants, and entertainment, things residents often ask for.
Ah, okay, so it's like a positive feedback loop.
Precisely. Commercial developers, those site selectors who advise businesses, they look really closely at household counts and income levels within a certain radius, maybe 3, 5, 10 miles. As Northport's numbers grow, and importantly, as the income levels rise, the city becomes a much stronger candidate for those kinds of desired developments.
Yeah.
Maybe movie theaters, more diverse restaurants, things like that.
And more jobs, presumably.
Yes, absolutely. It also opens doors for different kinds of jobs, potentially better paying ones. As sectors like healthcare expand to serve the growing population, or maybe light manufacturing, other technical industries see an opportunity. It diversifies the job market beyond just construction and service. It's really changing the economic profile of the city.
So we've really traced this incredible arc, Wellen Park's vision, how it kind of exploded past expectations, and how that's fundamentally reshaping Northport. It's quite the case study.
It really is, and as you think about this, consider that interplay we discussed, the housing development, sure, but also that very deliberate community building and how that fuels economic diversification. What does this story teach us about how you achieve that kind of sustained growth, especially when it starts by, well, smashing the initial forecasts?
And maybe a final thought to leave you with. As we watch places like Wellen Park and Northport grow and change, how does that careful balancing act between the planned density, the number of houses, and cultivating that rich community experience, how does that ultimately shape people's everyday lives and the future of the whole area?